You're listening to Burn Rate and Bullshit,
The show where founders, suits, and corporate clowns all get called the fuck out.
where Josh Robinson and Mike Nathan, entrepreneurs turn VCs.
With zero filters, strong opinions, and a bullshit detector set to high.
Welcome to the only business podcast that actually tells it like it is.
I'm a desperate man. Send lawyers, guns, and money. This shit has hit the fan.
Everyone loves to say, there's no bad industry, just bad operators. That sounds cute until you look at the numbers and realize some sectors are uphill battles in a hurricane. You can be a killer operator and still get nuked if you pick an industry with crap margins, brutal competition, and customers trained to shop on price. Picking the wrong space is like starting a boxing career by fighting heavyweight champions. Technically, you're in the arena, but you're mostly going to get your face kicked in.
Founders act like industry doesn't matter, as if hustle magically fixes physics. Newsflash, it's a hell of a lot easier to win in a growing market with tailwinds than in a shrinking, overregulated, low-margin mess. In 2026, we have AI, climate change, and weird little B2B niches throwing off insane opportunity, while half of Twitter is still trying to launch another generic streetwear brand or a coffee shop. This episode is about picking a battlefield where winning is possible, not just romantic.
So which industries actually have strong tailwind? I'd say maybe over the next, I'd say 5 to 10 years, but 10 years is impossible to forecast in my mind. But next 3 to 5, 3 to 7 years, what industries have those really strong tailwind?
Well, everything should start and stop with AI. There is, tailwinds? Headwinds. Fuck.
Tailwinds. Tailwind.
Yeah.
What are the good industries to be in?
Yeah, right. Thanks for slowing it down for me.
Yeah.
The
That's what I'm here
colloquialisms
for.
sometimes trick me. Definitely AI. Everything starts there. AI is, we've all heard it too much, but it's the thing. It's like the internet when it came out, right? It's going to have sort of that same penetration of the market everywhere, every service, every product. It needs to be touching, or at least the companies need to be touching AI in some form or fashion. So I love that. I still love healthcare. There is so much amazing, especially in the device or the biotech space. We are getting brilliant at finding new breakthroughs, really cool stuff to work on that, save and improve lives. I think that's still hot as a pistol. If it's ever slowed down, I think that's a great space. I'm still old school. I like jobs that get your hands dirty. So think maintenance, janitorial services, mowing the grass, plowing snow, and any company that throws off 20% EBITDA. They have the tailwinds. I like all those. I'm not going to invest in a SaaS company. I'll tell you that.
Especially after last week.
Yeah.
Or last several weeks. Because that's got hammered.
Well, it's pretty obvious. AI is they're eating their lunch and dinner. Maybe they'll peckish at breakfast too. They're coming for that. I mean, AI is Claude, Chat, Gronk. What else is out there? Gemini. They're so good.
Kind of pulls all of them together.
Yeah, they're so good. They're so good.
I see what you're saying with AI. I know what you mean by that.
Mm-hmm.
And I get pitched, we both do that. I get pitched on so many different companies, and it's AI is the headline of the pitch. You start digging into it and you realize this is not really a novel technology. This is an AI wrapper around something.
Yeah.
And it's not defensible. It's very repeatable. There's going to be, if this works, there's 10 people who do it tomorrow because it's that easy to replicate. And so, yes, I agree with the AI comment. And the AI component of this, it has to be real. There has to be something new, novel, differentiated that isn't, easily replicated by a competitor. You have to bring something real there and not just have, a Claude wrapper around your thing.
I agree. There are tons of frauds in the AI space. It's like 9/11, a noun, a verb in 9/11. I mean, you do the a noun, a verb, and AI. Oh my God, who do I make the checkout to? This is amazing. You do have to be pretty leery of that. Proprietary AI that has got access to huge, really big data sets, that's going to be valuable. So some of these, in the healthcare space, when we look at it, some of these huge, some of them, huge hospital systems, these nonprofits, the American Heart Association, they have data on top of data. All they need is the AI on top of that. Now there's a new product/service to tap into all kinds of opportunity. That's a business I can back if you've got both those. But you're right. AI has a ton of fraudsters. Not that they're being dishonest. They're just labeling my shoe. I've got an AI shoe shine business.
Yeah.
AI powered shoe shine business. So go get your shine box, Josh.
Yeah, like this is
That
this
good
is the same pitch I had 3 years ago, but I know you want to hear me say AI, so I put AI in there.
It was the Goodfellas pitch. Go get your shine box. Joe Pesci then freaks out on him and kills him. That's what eventually
It's been a minute since I've seen.
That's how he ends up dead. He loses his temper with a made man. I digress. Literally. Really.
Or not.
Yeah.
So I want to. I don't know if this is a disagreeing with you or not, but when I think about healthcare, I see a massive opportunity, and I want to be super clear. I fucking hate healthcare. There has
Checks out.
never been money in healthcare delivery.
No.
There's a shit ton of money in servicing
And everything else.
healthcare delivery, right?
Yep.
But if you're actually delivering the healthcare, you're not making much money.
Yeah. Primary care clinics, what? Single digit margins?
If.
Maybe.
I mean, in an integrated health system, the primary care provider is a loss leader on purpose. Don't make money on it, but you having primary care docs because they refer into the specialties when there's a need to. And that's where you make the money.
Yep.
Bones and babies is where a healthcare system makes its money. And even then, it's barely enough to cover all the losses.
Bones and babies.
So healthcare delivery is a shit show. I would stay away from it as far as you can. You're not, unless you're mission driven and you just want to take care of people.
Don't threaten me with a good time. I'm happy to stay out of healthcare delivery for a while. In fact, could you prevent me from doing it?
Servicing healthcare services, there's a shit ton of money there. I mean,
They can afford it.
yeah. So I love healthcare in the sense of how can you automate the healthcare delivery process and be a service delivery person to healthcare services. If you can make healthcare services easier, cheaper, whatever it is, that I think has massive tailwinds in the next 5 to 10 years, particularly with patient experience. We've got a massively aging population that is, all jokes aside, are generally pretty tech enabled.
Yeah.
Now,
True.
even my grandparents in their 90s are somewhat tech enabled.
They can wheel a iPhone.
Our parents, 60s, 70s, that are going to really start be consumers of healthcare in a new kind of elevated way, are just fine in most tech use cases, right?
Agree.
And then you got people from our generation that are maybe a couple decades out from being real big users of healthcare, but we're coming. We've grown up for most of our lives with a lot of technology. So technology around healthcare in helping the service delivery side of it, I think is a huge, huge opportunity. I've seen some studies that said, hey, that's going to grow. The industry of automating healthcare is going to grow at 10 to 20% per year for the next 2 decades. So I really, when I think of healthcare, that's how I think about it. I don't know if you disagree with me or if you...
No, I think very similarly to you that healthcare is going to get smaller, more convenient, more real time. The loss leader at the hospital, everything you're doing in a primary care clinic in a hospital is a waste of everyone's time except the hospitals who want you then to go to the dermatologist, the knee guy, the diabetes clinic, all of that. But boy, oh boy, there are enough widgets that are smaller, connected, minimally invasive, that you can have a primary care in your house for probably a couple $1,000s of equipment.
Yeah.
In every home. Now, it seems like a lot, but not really. You look at what your healthcare premiums are, your insurance premiums, good Lord. I agree with you. Tech-enabled widgets, things, even, breakthroughs like a GLP-1, et cetera. There's going to be so many more things that we can get into the hands of the consumer, the patients, without having a huge hospital downtown to be the middleman of all that. We're going to be, closer into the community, into the home, and all of that, if it's run on tech, is going to your point, is going to run an AI component of all the data bringing up. It's going to run a component of ease, payment, transparency, real data. Hey, just know what Mrs. Jones's white blood cell came up really high because she's wearing a patch that's integrated and checks her blood every 15 minutes. That might be something I'd be interested in. And that's coming. That's around the corner. We know that company. So I completely agree with you on that. I even think like pharmaceuticals, to keep building on that, how great are pharmaceuticals getting? Let's just take GLP-1. How old is that sort of solution? 5 years? It's 5 years, but now it got approved. Last year in 25, completely ballooned the budget, but everybody's on it. Yeah. Most of it. Some of us are.
So maybe to put a real fine point on my example of technology versus the healthcare service delivery side of it, we were recently pitched on a company that was end-of-life hospice care for the 18 to 55-year-olds.
That's right.
There's a lot of care delivery out there for the pediatrics, so less than 18 years old. There's a lot of care delivery out there for hospice for the elderly, like 70, 80,
very
90
traditional
years old,
hospice that we're used to,
But that kind of like middle-age type block, not a lot of things tailored towards them. And, we both had a similar reaction of, well, gosh, that's a really interesting thing. Dig into it. Yeah, there's no fucking money in end-of-life care. Doesn't matter how old the patient is.
Yeah,
now,
period.
The idea, though, that population consumes care differently and leans into technology first, that maybe is the business. Don't go into the care delivery side of 18 to 55-year-old hospice care, but can you build a tool that those hospice care workers can use to interact with those patients differently? Like, that's the model, or that's the business to invest into. The actual care delivery of those people is not, because the margin's not there. And that sounds super dickish to say that.
So weird coming from you.
It is weird coming from me. But in a pure just debits and credits business sense, the care delivery side of healthcare is a bust in my opinion. You're not going to get a company that drives generational wealth for your family in a care delivery side. It's going to be in the how do you service healthcare services.
Yeah.
I believe. And having AI drive a lot of that technology that you're building is, I think, where the AI play can come in.
The only caveat I'll put to that, and this isn't to be just to make a finer point to your thing, if you can get into specialty stuff, specialty practices, healthcare, I would say are exceptions to what you just were saying. If I'm in dermatology,
could be an exception.
Dermatology is pretty profitable once you pay your doctors. Yeah. Dermatologists make a truck ton of money, and they do well. But primary care all day is going to be a loser. Rethink it. So that's what you that's what you like. What do you hate? What else do you hate? You've said a lot about things.
Well, what do you hate?
I hate
the you're the one who loves everything. I'm the guy that hates everything.
Yeah, I know, true. So I used to love 12 years ago, I loved the spirits industry. I mean, Casamigos, booze. All you got to do is just slap a label on something and it was going to sell for $1 billion. The Rock was going to endorse it, or George Clooney, and away you went. Booze sucks right now. The spirits industry, beverages in general, suck.
It's tough to make a nickel in booze right now.
Gen Z and all their cute little, and everybody younger, have a cute little life approach where they don't need booze to get by. Who knew? We've come a long way.
You don't have to drink.
Well, have to drink. Maybe not have to. They've seemed to develop other coping mechanisms to stress and life and how to have a good time. They like the weed, smoking,
the
gummies, mist. I mean, what else do they do with this stuff? The vapes. So they like that. They do hot yoga. I mean, they do all kinds of stuff. They just don't want to have who wants to go to happy hour tonight? No, I can't. I'm shredding right now. We know someone like that.
We do.
Hey, do you want sugar in your coffee? Get out of here. I'm shredding. This is my shred week. No bueno. Lo siento. Right? So they're just Where were we? The booze industry is terrible. People aren't drinking. Do you remember COVID? Everybody drank. You probably even drank during COVID, or maybe not.
I didn't know.
Weird. Might have cheered you up back then. Well, I drank a lot. I drank enough for the two of us, to be honest with you.
That's true.
And a lot of people did. People were running out of beer, out of whiskey. I remember, with Brother Justice, we sold everything we could make.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everything that was ready to go it was gone next day. I think those are the good old days. Now it's just not there. People want to be healthy. We talked about GLP-1s. GLP-1s will make you less hungry and thirsty, and drinking a lot feels terrible. And there's a lot of people, on I almost said LGBTQ. Different. GLP-1s are the ones that were pounding down to 12-pack a day, right? Well, so they've switched up their habits, switched it up.
I don't disagree. And I would say I don't like consumer packaging.
Yeah.
As a broad stroke. I know that in and of itself is not, an industry per se, but any consumer packaged goods, from an investment standpoint, it is such a shit show. It is a wild risk that you can't really calculate on the front end. And we take big risks as venture capitalists.
Well, I was going to say, we have a...
And we are in a CPG company.
Yes, but they're going on to the moon. Those guys are killing it.
They are going to the moon.
I mean, we could say their name. They're not going to be a weird thing about that.
No,
right?
it's Clo Foods. They're
Clo
fantastic.
Foods. If you guys like awesome pizza at a great price, go to our local...
You can get it on the West Coast in Costco, hopefully nationwide
go
in Costco
nationwide,
soon.
yeah.
Lots Sprouts Foods.
Yep.
A lot of Targets have it.
Well, so I know you hate those, but let me just finish up on booze for a second.
Yeah.
Enough about what you said. I want to talk about what I was talking about.
Yeah, enough with me. Let's talk about you, Mike.
What do you think about me? Structurally, booze is messed up. You are regulated by some old Puritan law from the 1800s. I can't sell my booze straight to the market. I intentionally have to go to a middleman, a distributor, who takes half. And then they sell it to a retailer or straight to a bar or a restaurant, and they got to, add another half of that, right? So a bunch of halves going in there. Yeah. And guess what happens to the manufacturer of all that spirit? You get shit. Everybody makes more money than you do. So you are regulatorily locked into this relationship that gives you no value, only takes your margin. It's absolute bullshit. We need to repeal that. If I'm Brother Justice Erupson, as two examples, I should be able to go right to you, Mr. Target Corporation, and go through all your liquor stores. I have to go through some fucking knucklehead who's going to take 50%. And oh, by the way, distributors out there, they do not market your wares. They could give a fuck about a small brand.
Yeah.
I just need to get that off my chest.
You seem very passionate.
Structurally, it's terrible. There's got to be a way. I know all you distributors or your distillers and brewers out there, rise up. Let's start the revolution. Let's start it today. Let's do it. Get rid of distributors direct to your consumer. Fuck them guys.
Make alcohol great again.
Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy.
It's the new.
I'm not doing that.
I like it. I'm gonna get you a mega hat.
Oh, fuck off.
We'll both know
I'll
what it means.
burn it immediately. But anyway, enough about me. I don't care for
now we
booze.
can talk about CPG.
We can talk about how we hate it and yet invested
a
significant amount of dollars.
What made me think about that though
We're
is because
such
talking about what this current generation is focused on and not going into alcohol, making different choices, would lead you to let's go after.
Sorry, I'm laughing because we're thinking our portfolio. I'm listing up all the things we hate. Like we have got major investments in everyone we hate.
Yeah.
So exit
but that's our job as a VC is to find ways to say no to things.
Be critical.
And be critical and have
everything.
them, convince us.
I'm teasing. Sorry, I'm messing up your flow.
CPG. So if they're not going after booze, what are they going after? Let's go into that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like that would be a logical thought process there, and that's fine for some people. I'm not telling everyone to just stop creating new products and bringing them to the market. And as an investor, I can't put my money into a CPG product. They're so wildly unpredictable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like I have the sophistication to even start predicting what's going to land with the market, what's not. And I haven't seen anyone else be able to tell me that either. like at
And
least
it's
in a
so-
predictive way.
And it's so quick to do Me Too. So think of like
Exactly right.
like how many?
There's no IP around it.
If Liquid Death 10 years ago would have came to us and said, "Hey, I need a bunch of your money. I'm gonna put it in cool Harley Davidson looking cans and call it Liquid Death, but it's just
it's
water.
fucking water.
It's just water. But I need you to give me $5 million to do that." I'd have been like, "You might be fucking insane, dude. I'm not doing
I'd
that."
have for sure said no to that.
And he absolutely killed it.
Yep.
I think it's a couple of people, but I think it was the one guy. Killed it. Who would have guessed it? Nobody except that guy. He's like, "Nah, I got a thing. I know what to do."
But that's what I mean. Like,
it's
how do
so
you know?
fickle.
You have
It's
no
so
idea.
fickle. Or how many in the Me Too thing? How many seltzers are out there now with either caffeine, all natural,
Right.
organic, THC infused, booze, ready to drink stuff? I mean, it's so easy to make. There's
I know.
1,000 brands. Good luck.
I mean, how many different apple cider vinegar bullshit things do we need? Like every day, there's like a new one.
yeah.
I don't know. It's just it's
Well, are
impossible for me to understand who's going to be.
How long have you been
successful.
out of recovery with Celsius? Are you out of? Are you still in it?
No, I still love that stuff. No, I drink the shit out of that stuff.
Blackberry, cherry. What do you?
Ooh, the cherry cola one is my new favorite. They rotated out that gross
Oh, I know.
triple berry one that tasted like goat
Totally.
piss out of the variety pack at Costco, and they subbed it with cherry cola. Might be my favorite thing. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that's
Am I not supposed to be drinking that?
no,
bad?
but it's Me Too. Like how many Celsius kind of brands are
Oh
out
shit,
there?
there's a ton of them out there. Right?
There's some, and so you either need to be first or have the largest marketing budget. With, we're talking about Clo Foods trying to expand their distribution and store presence. It's just a racket to get something
It's a
everywhere
grind.
all the time.
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, you thought it's like primary care. That's not like double-digit margins all across the board. You are grinding it out.
Yeah.
You need to get volume to get your number covered.
Exactly right.
So I hate it too. I'm with you.
I was really hoping you'd disagree with me on that.
Nope. I like it. I don't like that. Hot take. You ready for it?
Yeah.
Things we hate. You know how they said, "Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Have them be doctors and lawyers and such." It's
Yeah.
Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
For you young kids at home, Willie Nelson's a country singer. He's still with us. Smokes a lot of dope and has great songs. Don't have your kids be lawyers or accountants. AI is going to take their job. I know I'm going to get pushed back. Right now, the courts have said it cannot be. Yep, right now they have.
Yeah.
Because there's a fucking old Jerry sitting on the court. When you get a millennial or somebody else, they're going to say, like, yeah, why don't we have AI-assisted law proceedings?
Yeah.
Why aren't you represented? I mean, I have a right to an attorney. You have a right to AI attorney. We'll perhaps readdress our Miranda rights. I'm entitled to AI.
Yeah.
I want AI representing me, not strip mall ambulance chasing attorney guy or gal. So I think they're going away. Literally a finite set of rules, of laws, as it were, can't be interpreted and represented in your best light through AI. I can't imagine that's not going to go away. Or the tax law.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of an Excel spreadsheet formula put to words and then put back into a spreadsheet, and then you pay. Pretty sure fucking AI can do that too. Don't go get an accounting degree, kids. No lawyers, no accountants. They're going to be broke. They're going to be they're going to be the future ditch diggers. Hot take? It's warmish.
I agree with you as a standalone profession.
Sorry.
Lawyers and accountants are an endangered species.
Thank you.
And even with AI running the vast majority of those universes, I would say there'd be value in getting a degree in this space just to be able to understand. You're always going to be able to interpret and know what the financials are telling you.
I can't wait for the trolls to fucking tear this part. Wait till you see my lawyer. And there'll be some guy like, I went to Harvard and Stanford, and this is why your take is silly, ludicrous, in fact. That's going to come. The trolls are going to love that take.
Yeah, they'll love that.
It's all about attention and eyeballs. Chuck.
An interesting angle there would be like, because this is a question or a version of this question I get pretty consistently is like, well, you see a lot of things. What are you trying to tell your kids to go into or not go into? So you're not advising your children to be
No.
because we both have middle age or middle
Yeah.
school, high school age, elementary school age kids. that are, starting to think, what do I want to be when I grow up? I would agree. I'm not going to control what they do, but I would, if ever asked for my advice, which has yet to happen in 14 years of being a father.
Well, may have asked, never to listen to.
Yeah. I would agree. I don't think I'd recommend that they be an attorney or practicing CPA. I would say most specialties as a MD, as a doctor, are they'll need some humans doing some of that stuff, but like a radiologist as an example.
Sounds like you're warming up to my hot take, if you get my meaning.
Yeah. I was not disagreeing. I was just saying there's still value in having some of those things as an education, even if it's
Totally
not going to
agree.
be your career. That's what I was saying.
Hmm.
But I agree that I think accountants, lawyers, quite a few of the doctor specialties, I think are going, they're on the endangered species list. There's going to be far fewer of them needed in the
Agreed.
future than there have been in the past.
I do think there's something about, if you ever read any Yuval Harari, you may not have never talked about him before, but he's a futurist. Yuval Harari talks about AI when they come over and they implant in your brain. Anything that you were, anything rote memory that you had is going to go away and you'll be useless. You'll be a drain out. You'll need to be a consumer. That's how you help the economy. His theory is, and a couple others have said this, it's going to be creative folks, creative thinkers that quite literally entertain us or challenge us around. Think about what we're doing, burn rate and bullshit. 20 years ago, it'd be fucking silly to do something like this. Just ridiculous.
Might be silly now, but
Might be very likely is still silly as we sit here. But what it is, and not that we're really creative, but we're a bunch of chuckos talking about, a certain viewpoint, and people will tune into that. And it turns out you can monetize people's attention. And if you're creative enough, you know how to do that. I don't want to go down the whole line with this, but he's sort of saying, what would you tell your kids to do? Be really good communicators and maybe even a creative. Like all the kids who are in theater are going to probably fucking crush it in the world of AI. All the kids at marching band are probably, they kind of already do kill it. But I mean, it's not going to be the big
should I have
doctors,
been nicer
lawyers.
to them?
What's that?
Should I have been nicer to them in high school?
Is that possible for you to do? Were you just like the big jock, big stud, like get out of my way, slamming the kid who played the flute into those lockers? Get out of here, man. No, that wasn't you?
No, it wasn't.
It was you. But you made fun of them.
Not to their face.
I was voted most outgoing in my high school as a senior. Most outgoing, happy, jovial.
Go lucky.
So I think some of those skill sets will be helpful in the future, or maybe not. How much do your kids hang out with other kids outside of sports or school? They don't. They sit on their phone, right? Not all the time, but I mean, they spend a lot of time. Kids are cool with not being in the same space with each other. So I don't know what to tell our kids. Be creative and learn how to interact with other humans. Is that solid advice? Actionable advice?
So I feel like a lot of this conversation has been around, if you're going to be the next Zuckerberg, how and where do you go do that? Put up like the big, potentially $1 billion company concepts off to the side, and just from a small business, right? Because I don't know what the exact percentage is, but the vast majority of businesses in this country are small business. 80% of small businesses don't even have employees. It's just a solopreneur.
That's right.
Right? The other 20% hire about half of the population. So I mean, it's a massive group of businesses are these small businesses. If that's what you're interested in starting, what's the small business space that makes sense for you? And you kind of touched on it before, like people will be like, oh, there's the robotic lawnmower. Yeah. But like those types of things, cleaning your pool, shoveling your driveway, what are those things that are maybe more resistant to AI obsolescence?
Yeah.
That you would really think of going into as a small business?
If I'm a small business person, I mean, I think the best advice we can give somebody once you understand your why, all the thing, find a need, fill a need. I know that seems like the hokiest, highest level BS sort of advice, but it's true. Don't try to be a me too. Literally look around and see like where is it not being met. I love that advice for anybody trying to start in anything profitable. We talked about, I mean, if we're talking really big, really general, don't set yourself up to lose like, ooh, once I get to 1 million users, then I'm profitable. Once I have 1 million patients in my system or on my insurance platform, then this thing sings. No, you need one where like I could do 5 patients or 5 customers or whatever it is this week, and I made it a lot of money. I don't need a ton of them. I need a really profitable piece. And likely, when you do that, you don't have to work as hard, all the things. So I would think about those 2 things. You have to be, and this is where some people get into trouble around, overthinking where they're going. You have to look for, is the structure there to set up for you to win? We, just bitching about alcohol and distribution. If you have a lot of that regulation, back away. It ain't going to work out. If one stroke of a pen from the U.S. government or the Minnesota or South Dakota government changes something, your business is over. So avoid that. Keep it simple and find something that's structurally not in the way of what you're doing.
I would say the less sexy the space is, the more you should lean into it.
Yeah.
Right. And I think probably the greatest example is laundromat. Like some of the just most crazy old technology, and they are printing money because people either don't have a washing machine, drying machine.
Yeah, most people live in apartments, which is a lot of people.
Right. And a lot of times they don't have that space. They don't have whatever. So they need it that way. There are some people that you just need a bigger machine to wash something really large as a one-off, right? Like these laundromats are doing insane. They're printing money. And it's like one of the least sexiest things you can probably think of.
Dirty laundry is pretty unsexy.
Yeah. So, those types of spaces tend to do really well, tend to be immune from economic ebbs and flows. You always need clean laundry. And they tend to be not immune, because I don't think anything's completely immune from AI, but they tend to be a little more insulated from technology innovations than other spaces are.
Yeah. Even if Elon decides to come up with a couple of robots that can do your laundry, there's not going to be a lot of demand for them because they're probably going to be super expensive. But time to get mass adoption. I mean, my kids will have a George Jetson-like robot butler. What's his name?
Jeeves.
Was it Jeeves?
No, but I like Jeeves.
Yeah, Jeeves. They will have it. We won't.
The Jetsons
if you're starting today,
robot was named Rosie.
That's right. So when Elon comes up with Rosie, then laundromats are going to suffer. Until then, even
robot
if
still needs a washing machine to wash the clothes in. Maybe the robot's going to that.
Maybe the robot is the washing machine.
Well, it's an all-in-one.
Just kind of puts it inside of its body and does it.
That's an interesting.
Closed circuit or copyright, burn rate and what are we called? Burn rate and bullshit.
What's the name of the show?
Whatever it is. We're laying out some early IP to our Rosie the washer bot, cleaner bot. I think there's a future there.
Yeah.
I think we're saying the same thing.
Any other small business type industries or spaces you'd say run from or run towards?
Well, here's what I would say is, and this is maybe the oldest trick in the book, but it's probably there for a good reason. The riches are in the niches, right? Like find a small spot where you can do well, or you know the guy who owns the big deal or does something. You can, if you've got a personal family relationship with somebody that is a player, some of those rainmaking opportunities that you just fall into, look for those too. That's just as good as a security blanket or quick start to any other businesses. Who do I know? Like if I wanted to start let's say a Patagonia outlet store, I'd go to you because I know I'd have business all of the time. I mean, that would be a haven for me.
I think those are all corporate-owned stores.
Well,
sorry. But I get your
as
point.
an example.
I get your point.
As an example.
Yeah.
Lean into your own personal network. Don't not talk to your own people. Ask them for their business. That's pretty defensible when people like and trust are your patients, your consumers, your whatever they are, their accounts.
You mentioned earlier, see the areas that aren't being met and go towards those. What are some of the areas in the world that you just don't see? There's a need, but you don't see it being addressed.
Well, I'll think about it. Give me a second to think about that. But think of how when somebody was sitting in the back of a taxi like, this sucks, and then they started Uber. right? Like these are around, they absolutely suck, but what are we going to do? There's no better replacement for these. When you see something that's really mature, a lot of the competition is terrible, and it's just always a bad situation. I'm thinking like, I know, plumbing and heating, residential plumbing and heating. Do you have a lot of good experiences with those guys? I don't, ever. I feel like they're the taxis now of the 2020s. They have so much, especially after COVID, they have so much demand. Nobody knows what they're doing. All they do is want to sell you on something. It's just terrible. You don't know. I don't know if I'm supposed to put another vent in the upstairs or not. I was told I needed another furnace for my house. 3. I have 2. They said I needed a third one to keep the basement, wait for it, cold. It's a long story.
You need another furnace to keep your basement cold.
Or cool. Otherwise, if we do it's a long story. This is how complicated it is. I don't even know what I'm saying about this. Because when you put another one in, it helps because instead of going up the stairs, if it stays warm enough down there, it won't overheat. Because when the air escapes, it kicks back on. Maybe we need to cut this part out, but but they're terrible. Plumbers too. They don't give you any advice. You don't know what the process is. Like, what are you doing? Will this take 7 hours or 7 minutes? I'm not going to tell you.
You're going to get billed for 17 either way.
100.
It doesn't matter.
No. Do you have any questions or quizzes we want me to take?
One stat that I found it really interesting because it's a lot different than I would have guessed. Of all the small businesses in the United States, what % do you believe are owned by millennials? Current small businesses.
Current small business.
How many are owned by millennials?
So cohort, they're probably at most 15% of the population. So maybe they'll mirror that 15%.
That's actually really close. It's 13.
Weird.
I would have guessed more because they're 25-ish to 40 years old, right? Or maybe a little bit older than that now. Late 20s to early 40s.
Are you a millennial?
Technically, I am. I'm like right on the front end of it. So
I'm an Xer, yeah.
Yeah. So I think, they're what? Late 20s, early 40s.
Mm-hmm.
That's the age you start a business.
Yeah,
that's the age that mom and dad are trying to retire and probably have a family business they want to pass down.
Yep.
So I would have guessed it was higher, actually. I would have thought that they had a disproportionate amount of small business ownership as compared to their...
Who was the biggest? Or what was how did you remember how it broke down?
The boomers and the Xers are still the biggest.
Yeah. Boomers better get rid of their shit soon.
Yeah.
Or better have a plan to transition. If you're a boomer, that means you're in your 70s, right? If I'm doing the math on that right?
I think the youngest boomers are in their either late 50s or early 60s.
It's got to be 60s.
It's got to be early 60s.
I guess. I mean, you've got to be transitioning that shit out pretty soon or figuring out a plan. You wait too long, too many years go by, your company's going to, unless it's really thriving, which not everyone is, but especially those solopreneurs and those smaller shops, get out now. The older you get, the less energy, the less resources, the less everything you're going to want to spend on that thing. Mm-hmm. Do it now. It won't get better in a year. It won't get better next year.
I agree.
Get out. Boomers, sell your shit now.
Sell your shit.
Or come up with an agreement. Hey, I'll give you, here's my company. I'd like a 10-year contract with you for $120,000 a year. Something.
Or whatever.
Yeah. Figure out something, how to get your money back or sort out your retirement or some sort of income.
All right, Mike, let's finish with top 3 industries to start a company. Whether it's a small company, if you're trying to shoot for the moon and have the next Zuckerberg story, what are the top 3 things you do?
So not including, could be unicorn, but doesn't have to be unicorn.
Doesn't have to be. What are the top 3 things to start with?
I think, so today's day and age, my beliefs around attention. Mm-hmm. Attention equals money and influence. I think a lot more people, and if it's me, you would be doing exactly what we're doing. You've got to figure out how to become a media group, person, company, and brand, and start doing this stuff. This is how people consume information now. If you think you're going to get a phone call returned, an email returned on your sales widget, whatever you're selling, some widget or some service, people don't do it. They find you somewhere on the internet, and then they buy from you. Everybody can't put their fucking phone down and get away from their face. They're on social media all of the time, a lot of the time. Maybe that's where you should be, is on social media. I think they call that digital thought leadership. Talk about stuff, right?
Okay.
So that's number one.
Digital thought leader.
Digital thought leader, or I would say get in some.
Are these in rank order or no particular order?
I'll come up with an order in a minute. I'm just kind of ripping through them, but I would think about that. Starting a company, I think you need to have something. If you can do something with, you just said it, AI enabled services. I think you're going to find there's a lot of opportunity with big unicorn companies that are leveraging AI. But imagine if you could leverage AI on something that's, snow plowing. That's real small scale.
Snowplow.ai.
Yeah. Or those, they can fit you for glasses with AI and like imagery, and they can do all this crazy shit that you didn't before.
Yeah.
Think about how you can make that a small little business win for you. I'd start something like that. That's not an industry, but that's sort of a characteristic. And the other characteristic, outside of being AI, think about what you can sell. As a sales guy, I think about that all the time. Find a need, fill a need, and can I sell it?
Yeah.
I try to think about, coffee is amazing. Coffee will never stop growing. The kids are still drinking coffee. So when I think about opportunities, I know it's beverage, but I'm really talking about the bean. Behind oil, coffee is the next largest traded commodity in the world. Kind of a big opportunity still. Those would be three. What about you? What three industries are you thinking about? Or ideas or characteristics of a company? I've got to start it today. It's got to last 7 years.
My top three would be healthcare automation. So if you can make any parts of healthcare cheaper, better, faster.
That's a good one.
That'd be a space I'd be interested in. Data. There are so many companies that have, I'll call analog data sets that in the world that we live in with the AI space, garbage in, garbage out, they have to have clean, uniform data, and scrubbing that and getting that in to these new systems is a massive need. I don't know how long that lives, but if you're a solopreneur and you can do those types of things, that might be a great space to go into as a consultant. Compliance, regulatory, from a corporate perspective, if you can build an AI-based tool to help with that space, we're ever getting more and more regulated.
Always.
And that space in any company sucks. No one wants to work in that space. No one wants to be the chief compliance officer. Like, you are a moment away from jumping out a window if you accept that job.
Well, we do the Sam Altman with Chat GPT, and like, hey, we'll just surveil all of our company's computers. We'll put the AI compliance on top of everything, phones and computers. The minute you're doing something illegal or out of regulation, we'll just immediately pull the bullhorn.
Yeah, and and applying that to different industry niches, I think there's something there. That'd be my third one. Fourth.
I like it. What do you think about SaaS? We both think SaaS is dead, right? It was the golden ticket 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Multiples of 10, 15 times your revenue. Just silly shit. Deferred revenue, recurring revenue. They had that whole, that brought everybody up. And now it's going away. What do you tell software investors, companies? What do you do?
Some of the systems are so big and so ingrained. It's going to be like IBM. Everyone thought IBM was going to tip over 30 years ago, and they just had so much residual revenue that they've been able to limp. So you're not going to see Salesforce evaporate.
Right.
They'll be here 3 decades from now. Is it going to have as big of an impact and be so central to so many companies the way it is today or has been? 100%.
Do you think that we could get Microsoft Teams to fucking implode so we don't have to ever be on that again? There's so
I was
many...
hoping AI could get it to work, but you're going the other way.
No, I'm hoping it goes away. It's everybody hates, universally hated. Microsoft Teams is the worst video conference calling tool out
there. I think this episode's been a lot of you sharing frustration.
I want to open up to our audience, our growing and large audience.
We should maybe.
Good stuff.
I was trying to get you to just a quick crack off 3 things quickly.
Didn't work that way, did it? Good feedback. Good feedback.
That would be a nice punchy way to end it 18 minutes ago.
Yeah, that did kind of... I lose myself sometimes.
That's it for this round of Burn Rate and Bullshit.
Where the only thing we sugarcoat is our coffee.
You like what you heard? Great. If you didn't, even better. We're not here to make friends.
Hit like and subscribe, share with someone who needs a reality check, and remember, hype dies and execution wins. Stop pitching and start proving. Next time on Burn Rate and Bullshit, we're tearing apart the exit fantasy, IPO, private equity, strategic buyer, and all the myths in between. If your cap table model doesn't point to a real buyer, you don't have an exit. You have a stressful job with extra paperwork.
Send lawyers, guns, and money. This shit has hit the fan.